All right, welcome everyone. We are in our Eurasian eagle owl exhibit. We're looking at Esme. I guess her full name is Esmerelda, but that's just really hard for me to say, so I call her Esme. Esme is our female Eurasian eagle owl. If you guys have ever visited us and you hear that, she is a very talkative owl. Aren't you? Yeah. I think partly it is because she was a hand-reared bird. And so she's very interactive with keepers. You may notice, if she stands up a little taller, you may notice some little bracelets on her ankles. And that is because we are in the process, we're real close to having her glove trained so we can use her for programs. She makes a lot of awesome vocalizations. Esme is 11 years old. Eurasian eagle owls are the second largest owl species in the world. There is one larger, it's a fishing owl in Russia, that is like the size of a small child. They're like 8-pound birds. These guys are not quite that big.
It's a baby.
It's a small child.
Technically, yes.
These guys are not that heavy. These guys are closer to like the 3 to 5 pound range. Like several other of our birds of prey, the females are a little bit larger than our male. Our male is all the way over on the other side of the exhibit. He's not nearly as social as our female. And so he's probably just gonna hang out over there, and we'll hang over on this side with Esme because she's a lot more comfortable with keepers. But our male, he did not come in with a name, so when we got our female named Esmerelda, I named him Quasimodo. And he's only 4 years old. He's quite a bit younger. However, these guys, they live well into their 20s in the wild, and in zoos, Eurasian eagle owls have been known to live into their 60s. So these guys are relatively young birds. They do have a breeding recommendation from the species survival plan for Eurasian eagle owls. However, and she does lay eggs every year, kind of like a chicken. She's gonna lay eggs regardless of whether they are fertile or not. This winter she did lay a couple eggs, but none of them were fertile. They didn't hatch. We were kind of sad. Hopefully next year, fingers crossed. Yeah. She's a very good broody owl, so if they are fertile, I think she'd be a really good mom. These guys, they are about 2.5 feet long. Like I said, they are a larger owl. These guys, they're a little bit different than what, we have great horned owls here in North America in our area. And those guys are going to be a little bit smaller than these guys. They aren't going to have quite as large ear tufts. She's got hers tucked back, but she's got large ear tufts.
There we go.
There, you can kind of see them.
Oh, there's the
And the other main difference is that these guys have those beautiful orange eyes, where our great horned owls are going to have bright yellow eyes. These guys, when they have their wings fully out, their wingspan is about 5 to 6 feet. So quite a bit big. I have been whacked in the face with a wing. It's not very fun. They are very large. I looked it up. These guys, their top speed, any guesses? But how fast they can fly. I looked it up before.
All right, we'll give you a minute to type your answers.
I'll give you a minute to think about it. If you guys have a guess for how fast these guys can fly in the wild. But I will tell you a little about, they're found, as you may have guessed, Eurasian eagle owl. They are found throughout most of Europe, Asia, and North Africa. They are pretty diverse in the habitat. Sorry guys, they're chopping down trees getting ready for DeBraza exhibit. So you might be able to hear them, the mulcher. So these guys are pretty diverse in the habitat. They are found pretty much any wooded cliffside area. They have been found, these guys have even been found, some in the cities as well. But just about any wooded area in Europe or Asia, these guys will be found.
Okay, we have some guesses. You ready?
Okay, yes, I'm ready.
I have a guess of 20 miles an hour and a guess of 85 miles an hour.
Whoa, those are both two ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's almost right smack dab in the middle of that guess. Their top speed is about 40 miles per hour. Those are good guesses.
6. That's a little bit low.
That's probably at the speed that Esme flies. She's not a very motivated owl. And through my training, she's used to me handing her food as well. You might be able to see, I handed her just as we started. So she is holding a rat in one of her talons. So we'll talk a little bit about some of the characteristics of owls. These are one of the owls that have kind of it's called a facial disc around their face, and that helps them direct. That was a big tree chunk. Oh, there. Are you gonna eat your rat for us? That facial disc, the position of the feathers around her face, helps direct that sound to her ears on either side of her head. To kind of emulate that with people, if you cup your ears, or you cup your hands behind your ears, that would direct sound into your ear a little bit better. And that would help an owl hear a mouse on the ground someplace, and they'd be able to find exactly where that mouse is. Let's see.
Your mom's wondering if Henry and Esme talk to each other.
They do sometimes, yeah. I have heard Henry start mimicking the owl a little bit. But yeah, I think Esme will talk to just about anybody that will listen to her.
And Loretta missed how wide their wingspan is.
Their wingspan is about 5 to 6 feet if they are stretched all out. Esme's got a little bit of a wing injury on this side, so she doesn't fly real well. She can kind of get from perch to perch in here, but she would not be a bird that would survive in the wild. And then again, you can kind of see better now that she's standing up a little bit more. She's got jesses on her ankles. And that is because I am in the process of training her. We are so close to be able to glove train her so that we will be able to take her out and use her for programs for people to meet, which I think will be really funny. She's such a social owl that I think that would be some great social enrichment for her. Eurasian eagle owls are an apex or a top predator. That means that there aren't very many predators of these guys in the wild. Really, their only predators in the wild are humans. They were, in the early 1900s, this species was hunted and poisoned. But luckily there were some local governments that kind of put protections for them, and they started reintroduction programs. And so this species, the population is at its historic level, but it is considered a least concern on the endangered species list. Anybody have any other questions about our owls?
No more
Where's she
questions
trying to
yet.
go? I don't know what she's trying to do.
Are you done talking?
I'd say. Our forestry guys are chopping down those trees, so she's listening to them quite a bit. A lot of our animals, it's really good social enrichment today. We've got some volunteers back on grounds. We've got some our maintenance people on grounds helping us get the zoo ready for Friday.
Yay, Friday!
Friday, we're so excited.
In case you've missed it, should we go over some of the guidelines for Friday?
Yeah.
And days beyond?
So if you are interested in visiting, we are opening our doors this weekend for members. And then starting Monday, the 29th, oh no, on Monday, we will be open to the general public. Esme, where are you going? Here, babe. You want that one? I said right here for you.
So don't forget you need reservations
Right.
to come.
You need reservations. So if you are interested in coming to the zoo, you can call the zoo. The number is on some previous posts on Facebook. And you can call and make a reservation. And then when you come here, there will be little paw prints on the ground so you guys can follow. So we'll have some one-way traffic. And then masks will also be required. And that is to keep staff, other guests, and our animals that are COVID susceptible safe. But we are so excited for you guys to come back and visit.
Exactly.
And I think we'll take a...
Let's look at her first. She's looking. I like how Henry's photo bombing. If you can see Henry behind her, he's just being calm, seeing what's going on.
I forgot, I did just pick up this. I was going to show you guys this.
Oh, neat.
So I just picked this up. This is an owl pellet that I found in the exhibit. So these guys eat their prey whole, and then they will cast owl pellets. So they got quail yesterday, a small game bird. And so this is all the stuff that she did not digest. So there's some feather bits in here. But then there's also some bones. Oh, that looks like a vertebrae or something. Probably some wing bones. But yeah, it's always cool seeing what you can find
Scapula there.
in an owl pellet.
You can tell what they're eating by what kind of bones you find. So you don't have to see the owl. If you just find a pellet, you know that
Right.
they eat voles or rats or smaller birds or something.
Yeah, a lot of researchers, that's how they will find in the wild what wild birds of prey are eating. They'll look for owl pellets like this, and then they can identify the bones.
What's she doing?
What are you doing? That's her favorite corner. I think she's got some quail bits in that corner from yesterday.
Oh yeah, you can see that. Leftovers. Yum. So I think did we say we were doing a drawing for this week or
This week.
not?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. We haven't been doing very many lives. So we're gonna give you a couple weeks to donate before we draw a winner for the necklace or bookmark.
Yeah, it'll be the necklace or the bookmark with the snake shed.
So keep watching. We'll be posting stuff hopefully almost every day. We'll get something. And then in a couple weeks, we'll do another drawing for the necklace.
Yeah.
So we're going to go. I think we'll be back maybe next week.
Yeah.
I think there might be another fun live tomorrow, not from us, hopefully. But we'll see you then. And otherwise,
You say goodbye?
say goodbye.
Good girl.